Love doesn't exist anymore. Everything is transactional. Like, you know what I'm saying?
In the world are transactional. You gotta buy your house, you gotta buy your car, you gotta buy your
and you gotta buy love, apparently.
You gotta buy your clothes, you gotta buy your hat, you gotta buy
your woman.
podcast equipment, you gotta buy your furniture. So why, when it comes to a woman, we gotta be for free?
Welcome to Intimate Thoughts, and today we're doing another reaction video to one of my favorite podcasters, Passport OG. Without further ado, let's get into it.
The day love was invented. In the past, love didn't exist. A Psychology Today article from April 2011 states, these days, few people think of marrying without having feelings of love for their partner. Love is what brings us together, and the lack of it is what drives us apart. But it hasn't always been this way. There was a time when the question of love was not an issue.
I don't want a deep man, because deep men don't work. You know, deep men want to sit and ponder in the stars and not get paid. I need somebody to get paid, okay? So I can do that.
In the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church instituted the sacrament of marriage. The blessing given to the spouses was supposed to transmute physical love into a more spiritual one. So since true love was supposed to be a consequence of the religious wedding, it may have been unnecessary to have true feelings for the person one was about to marry. Love was supposed to arise in marriage and from marriage, so that the feelings felt before marriage were of little consequence.
I don't necessarily disagree with the concept of two people getting together, having an idea, a goal of where they want to go in life with a mate and making it happen. I'm not saying that I don't want love or that I don't respect or value love in a relationship. I'm just saying that it has to be more than love. Love is a feeling, a so-called feeling that goes in and out. Feelings change.
I only want you for the money and the coat and for the bills. That's it. If you ain't getting my hair done, if you ain't getting my nails done, if you ain't doing nothing for me, then I don't need you here.
By the end of the 11th and throughout the 12th centuries, when the poets of southern France invented l'amour courtois, courtly love, love emerged as an essential theme in the relationships between men and women. Courtly love was a brand new, even revolutionary idea that was opposed to marriage and its sacrament. You think about the article, romantic love was not the primary driver for pairing human beings together for the greater part of human history. And so you think about an era now where we have technology where, and because men don't really do the choosing on apps or social media, most men anyways, women have millions of men at their fingertips. And you add this on with changing social values and dynamics between men and women, and it makes dating very difficult.
That we stay active and engaged and don't lose the art of being social, which means we have to multitask and remember life should also be lived offline. The latter part of the dating process involves building a life with one person, which means we have to make a choice, even when it seems like we can swipe left or right for as long as we want, because there's unlimited options at our fingertips.
Yes. That fact that we have more unlimited options, it means, of course, that it makes it much more difficult for the old idea of romantic love to function.
What people are overlooking is that these options are not conducive towards a relationship. They more serve as a dopamine hit, ruining the senses, leaving everyone involved with a warped sense of reality.
Last year, the number of social media users worldwide reached almost 2 billion people. Talk about options, 2 billion people. Each of us right now could pull up our respective social media feeds and we'd see many people project an almost disdain for commitment. We could just scroll our timeline and we'd see all type of posts.
That's right.
Chase money, not love. No new friends. I'm a savage. People are really excited about being alone.
So what he's basically saying is the environment changing is also adding a more difficult level of difficulty to pairing, because you add in social media to the fact that romantic love is difficult enough as is, and it's making not only pairing off much more difficult, but it's also removing the veil of romantic love. So who's the romantic one?
It is 98% of women can be broke. As long as you got the money, they will turn over their morals for every man, every woman. As long as you got money, love doesn't exist anymore. Everything is transactional. Like, you know what I'm saying?
In the world are transactional. You gotta buy a house, you gotta buy a car, you gotta buy,
and you gotta buy love, apparently.
You gotta buy your clothes, you gotta buy your hat, you gotta buy
your
podcast equipment, you gotta buy your furniture. So why, when it comes to a woman, we gotta be for free?
I believe that men are the romantics, and there are plenty of articles to suggest that that is indeed the case. And so in modern times, we are starting to see that it comes down to, at least romantic love anyways, as, are you providing the things that I want? If I'm not getting the things that I want, then the romantic love dies. And so it runs counter to a lot of the romantic principles that we heard growing up, the Disney types love story, because we've seen time and time again, starts off with romantic love, and then in the end, it becomes, I wasn't getting what I wanted, so I'm not happy.
Shout out to the Passport OG. This is the very reason why I stay tuned to his channel. My whole life I've been told, preached to about marriage, about love, this concept of love. And honestly speaking, I feel like since I was 17, maybe 18 years old, I've been unlearning or adapting to what the real world is when it comes to love and relationships. It's been really a shocking revelation from my perspective.
When I think about MGTOW, broke, middle-aged, mediocre men, I don't think about them. Not the target. Never was.
Many guys end up in this space and they go through a period of being very frustrated or angry or rageful, really. And I think that stems from the fact that a lot of guys feel duped. Guys feel like they were lied to, that the Hollywood fantasy of love hard enough and do the romantic stuff is going to be enough. And when you get to this period, you wonder, why did people tell me the truth? Why didn't they just tell me the real deal? Because we are seeing it now with social media, what people really think. She stay spitting truth. This deserved a sprinkle, sprinkle. That's her catchphrase, I think. Never was, and they thought that was funny. Not the target, simple as even if they have money, they just not the target. The men that no women wants, that's why they hate women. It's unfortunate that this is the case that we get to see on social media, but the truth about it is guys are waking up to the fact that it's a transaction. You heard the disdain for these leftover men in the last TikTok. And when Passport Bros are saying they want traditional women, this is a stock photo, by the way, but one of my listeners was telling me this story about his fiance. His fiance actually wrote this, a Filipino young lady. Woman's right to submit to her man husband is not oppression. Choice is the key word here. And I have chosen to submit to my man, and I have chosen to follow my biological destiny, which is to nurture our family and our home in the future. Through these choices, I feel empowered, fulfilled, protected, and loved. Imagine that. After this Filipino lady, who is soon to marry a very successful African-American brother, put these ideas on the internet, what kind of response do you think she got from a particular modern woman? 304, how much money you took from his pocket, you're a GD Filipina B, so you're a gold digger, got your green card, shaking my head. As men understand that romantic love is just a story tale, more men are starting to think, well, I want to go back to at least what was traditional. And where are the traditional women for the men that don't cut the snuff, aren't good enough for American women? They're overseas. Waiting in line to be used is not romantic. Many guys understand that, and they're taking off.
Thank you for making it this far. If you have any inquiries, please check out our description below and check out our other platforms. See you soon.